Late one evening, Jenna and her friends arrived at the abandoned asylum on the edge of town. It was an imposing building with cracked walls and boarded-up windows. Despite the warnings from locals, they decided to explore, driven by their curiosity and thrill-seeking. As they entered the asylum, the air grew cold and the silence was unsettling. They wandered through dark, dusty hallways until they reached the old nurse's station. Jenna noticed an old patient's chart with a photo of a girl whose eyes seemed to follow them. A chill ran down her spine, but she brushed it off as her imagination. Suddenly, they heard a loud bang from the floor above. The friends exchanged nervous glances but decided to investigate. Climbing the creaky stairs, they noticed that each step seemed to echo louder than the last. The air felt heavier, and the temperature dropped. In the old therapy room, they found a diary lying open on a desk. The diary belonged to a young girl who wrote about her fear of the shadows that never leave. The last entry read, "They are coming for me." As Jenna read the entry aloud, the room grew darker, and the shadows on the walls began to shift ominously. The lights flickered and a ghostly figure appeared in the doorway. A girl in a tattered hospital gown, her face twisted in terror. Jenna and her friends froze as the figure glided toward them, her eyes empty and pleading. The temperature in the room plummeted, and a cold breeze rushed past them. Screams erupted as the figure reached out, and the friends scrambled to escape. They raced through the asylum, but every hallway seemed to lead them back to the same place. The shadows seemed to close in on them, and the sound of footsteps echoed their panic. Finally, they burst through the front doors into the night, gasping for air. The asylum stood silent behind them, as if it had never been disturbed. They swore never to return. Jenna and her friends eventually left town, but the image of the girl's terrified face haunted their dreams, and the asylum remained a dark memory they could never escape.